The United Kingdom, the country of fish and chips, the Queen, rain, and a very good cup of tea. But is it any good to start a business there? Coming up now. Hi, I'm Oliver and welcome back to the channel AskMeStartup, where we talk about startups, small businesses, and the world that surrounds them. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and pushing the notification bell. So today's topic, the United Kingdom. Is it any good to start a business there? The United Kingdom has been very popular, specifically among startups, because it was a great hub on, let's say, the financial sectors and other industries. But since Brexit, they have gone through a lot, and they finally managed to get a free trade agreement with the European Union. But how does that affect the situation now, and is it any good to start a business there today? Let's talk about it. So the United Kingdom has a population of roughly 66 million, and by that being the third largest country in Europe after Russia and Germany. Its GDP is roughly 2.8 trillion US dollars, which is the second largest in Europe. That was all, of course, prior to Corona, but this gives you an idea of the size and the importance of that economy. The largest sectors, of course, have been the financial industries, which have been clustered around London, the capital of the country. Besides the financial sector, the second largest industry is tourism, which of course now has been hit hard as well. But because the UK is the founder of the Commonwealth, they have spread the same language over a plethora of countries, which also enables them to have a larger and more easy access due to language. The UK is actually home to some of those, let's say, most disrupting companies that you can think of currently. One of them being in the fintech industry, Revolut or Deliveroo, both companies of which have the potential to change their industries within the next years. The good thing about the United Kingdom is its accessibility to capital, which is important for anybody planning to start a business there. Due to London and the financial hub that is in there, access to venture capital is among the best, or used to be among the best in Europe. Furthermore, it is easy to set up a company. It just costs you around £14, and corporate taxes are low at around 19%. Nonetheless, there are countries that do better here as well, specifically Switzerland, which is in some cantons, have taxes only up to 12%. If you're not quite sure about Switzerland or want to learn more, I'll link a video up here so you can have a deeper look into Switzerland. In general, the British or United Kingdom population is not considered as being very entrepreneurial, but nonetheless, there are enough people trying to start off there. Also, you have a lot of immigration there from a lot of countries from the Commonwealth, which means that, small businesses pop up everywhere. And that also means that you have a large cultural and rich society, which enables you to test a lot of things. Furthermore, the availability of highly skilled labor is great. And of course, you got, the best universities in the world, Cambridge, London, whatsoever, located in this country. World famous places, which of course have a great network, bringing up new technology and new ideas to the public. Nonetheless, there are also challenges like the cost of living, which are very high, specifically in the London area. Rents and all the other things like groceries and that you need to buy are utterly expensive, and they do not match the wages people are getting paid. Furthermore, the British pound has come under enormous pressure, which means that there is an upwards trend on costs that from the goods that are imported, and most of the food, specifically vegetables, are imported from the European Union to the United Kingdom. Since the pound has dropped so heavily, those prices have gone up, which also means that if you're trying to sell from the United Kingdom to Europe, your prices have now, plunged, but the access isn't necessarily there. That is specifically true for the very important financial sectors where most of these startups and disruptive industries have taken place. Currently, the free trade agreement between the United Kingdom and the European Union does not include the financial sector. That is a huge thing, and you should be very well aware of this, because if you're thinking or planning to do any fintech company, there might be better countries like Ireland or France or maybe even Switzerland that you should think of. Switzerland, of course, in brackets, because also they are not part of the European Union. How huge that is, you can see that there have been roughly 20% of the jobs that were or used to be in London were now located back to Frankfurt, Paris, and Dublin. Why? Well, the companies do not want to have extra regulations, so they want to stay under the European regulations, because still the European Union is the largest market around this country. But what are the most promising industries where United Kingdom has, let's say, a little bit more expertise than other countries? That could be, number one, the personalized e-commerce, then the fintech industry, then healthcare technologies, which they're battling with Switzerland on this role, and Germany. Wearable technology, which is going to be huge most likely in the future, and the digital forensic services, which is a field that, let's say, mostly the United States currently are playing in, and not so much any European countries. But the United Kingdom plays an important role here, and I think it's important that Europe boosts up their knowledge in this as well. So should you start a business in the United Kingdom or not? I think that's a very personal question, but you should keep in mind two important things as a summary. Number one, the United Kingdom is lacking a lot of international trade agreements currently. Why? First of all, because Brexit just now happened, so that means there's a lot of uncertainty. Even though Brexit has, resulted in an agreement with the European Union, this is still not yet done completely. And furthermore, they need to come up with trade agreements with the United States, with Japan, with China, with the rest of the world. And of course, they will not give them the same conditions as these countries have given the European Union. So this uncertainty, I think, is going to dampen the capabilities of this country to run a proper economy over the next 5 years. Additionally, the weakening of the pound will continue, and we'll see surges in unemployment rates, and still the cost of living remain high and will increase because of import taxes now. This is going to be a big deal, and hence you should keep in mind, whatever industry you're planning to start a business, or if you think about migrating to the United Kingdom, this might be a challenge for you. Also keep in mind that the very important industry network and the Erasmus program, which is the exchange between universities within Europe, has been cancelled due to Brexit, and the British universities are not part of it anymore. Which also implies that if you think of doing some education in European countries, then moving to United Kingdom and starting a business there, it will not work, because they are not allowing the same students in the United Kingdom. All right, everybody, I hope this was helpful to you. If so, just please leave a comment down below, smash the like button, and I'll see you next time.